now we're piping this through Zoom onto Facebook Live. We get to share quite a few amazing stories, and we're going to be quick tonight, guys. We believe in brevity and just getting right to the point. So, Daren, why don't we start with you, man? Tell us how old you are, how long you've been on the gel, what did you experience, let's say, the first week, and since you've been on it.
Cool. Before I start with that, Brian, I'd like to say that I totally understand where people are coming from about this sounds too good to be true and being skeptical. I totally get it. 2 of my testimonials on this live tonight were unsolicited that came to me through a competitor that shot a video that was saying I was scamming people and that I looked like a used car salesman. And they came unsolicited from his tribe. They're on here tonight. They're a couple. They're going to talk. And I get it. And Brian, to be honest with you, I've heard people say Brian Mary, he looks like he walked off a movie set. He's too slick. 2 used car salesmen. That's what they're saying. And I get it. But what I told Mark Lobliner that came at me hard about being a scumbag and that I was selling snake oil that was the placebo effect is I said, we're grown men. We're grown-ass men raising a family. You know, Brian beat cancer before the gel. We would not be wasting our time at this point of our career scamming people. I just want to say that it's hard to believe that proof's in the pudding. And testimonials come across better when they're unsolicited, and 2 of mine tonight are unsolicited. And I apologize if I come off strong and excited, but it's because I'm excited. And as a 20-year professional, full-time healthy lifestyle coach and personal trainer, Brian, searching for the fountain of youth, staying away from drugs and hormones. I've never found anything remotely close to this, with going through at least 40 holistic, natural, homeopathic techniques before I succumbed to a full hip replacement surgery from an injury I had in the 80s in my football career. And I finally succumbed to the surgery, but after 40 holistic, natural, homeopathic procedures, one being stem cell injections that cost me $7,000 out of my own pocket, I am into this. And I have not found anything remotely close to this. So I just wanted to say that first.
Okay, excellent, man. Yeah, and I think somebody with your background, that's why it's so powerful. The credibility factor's through the roof. And, we discussed on our last live and the national awards and the Dr. Mercola that you work with in the family, and Arnold Schwarzenegger nominating you as the #1 fitness trainer in the world. I mean, you got a pretty big resume behind you. So for you to come out and support the gel is very powerful. So, but tell us, Daren, first of all, how old are you? I mean, let us know your age and, tell us about your experience with the gel.
I'm 53 years young. When Ben Quigley came to me about this opportunity, he had me at hello because, as I said, I love homeopathic natural options. And when he said human growth hormone, which I'd never taken testosterone or TRT or anything, he had me at hello because I knew how powerful human growth hormone shots were. But when I dove into it to see what is homeopathic HGH and found out that it's not shots, it's easy through the skin, that it doesn't overwhelm the body because it's small microdose with bioidentical HGH, I bought it. That's all I needed. I didn't do no research, anything. I bought it, but I was in a really bad spot. I've been in depression 3 or 4 times in the last 9 years. We all go through cycles, but it's hit me pretty hard 3 or 4 times. I was in one of those phases, not getting out of bed till noon, 1 o'clock, canceling clients, paying me big money, looking like an ass, feeling anxiety through the roof. Not excited about my future. I bought it. It came in the mail. I opened it up. I sat it on my desk for 3 days, and I slept in. I called off clients again for the 3rd day in a row. Ben got a hold of me, says, Daren, have you tried the gel yet? I'm like, no. He's like, Daren, just put it on. Put the gel on. So for the first day, 4 days after I got it, I put it on just like he said, one time in the morning for 2 minutes, rubbed it in, one time at night. Did it the second day. The second day, I woke up before my alarm, easy to wake up, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Because I had about 4 months of like needing a freaking tow truck to pull me out of bed. Yeah. And when you're a personal trainer needing to go to your facility and bring energy to clients at 7 a.m. and you can't get out of bed, it's not a good feeling, Brian. Not a good feeling at all. So I was like, wow, something's going on here. And I didn't have an overwhelming feeling of anxiety the 3rd day. The 4th day, I woke up easier an hour before the alarm, woke up fast with no mental or emotional fog, waking up fast that way. But at 53 and 35 years of athleticism and 25 years of bodybuilding and 14 years of football, my body's beat up. It was physiologically easier to get up in the morning as well. Like the bones didn't hurt so much. I'm like, man, this is really, really amazing. So within 4 or 5 days, I was in my regular routine at the club and my clients were feeling my energy again like my normal self. And I was like, this is awesome. That all came in the first week. 3 weeks later, first month on the gel in the books, I started to feel my right shoulder feel less pain when I would go back and put my t-shirt on in the morning, my workout clothes. When I would lay down in bed at night, it would not ache as much, and I could lay on it and it wouldn't ache. Most people know what that feels like with your rotator cuffs that are beat up your shoulder. And by the way, after they did my full hip replacement surgery, it was like a life-changing experience for me because it went so good. That I said, scan my shoulder and tell me what you see. Can you fix my shoulder? And they did. One of the best surgeons in the area that did an awesome job on my hip. And they said, no, we can't. Inoperable bone spurs too close to the vein. It's too dangerous. Your bursa sac's inflamed. Your arm's beat up, but we can't do anything. So I thought that was a bummer. So 1 month into taking the gel, my arm's feeling a little bit less pain, less restriction. Week 5, week 6, my buddy comes in the gym, and my arm's feeling a little bit better, and I can actually hold my hand above my head to grab something and put it on a hook, and I couldn't do that for a couple years. I'm like, man, this is really getting exciting. So my buddy came in and said, hey, let's do a workout, because I never have anybody to work out because I'm a trainer, and it's hard to get somebody to work out with you. So I warmed it up, and I know what my arm feels like with a lacrosse ball, what I need to do to be able to do chest and back exercise and arm exercises. I know what that feels like to warm it up for 10 minutes before I can do anything. That procedure, that warm-up procedure felt better, like it was able to break through the adhesions a lot easier. So I did the shoulder press, and I pushed 10-pound, 15-pound dumbbells for the first time in 3-4 years. And bottom line is each week I put a little bit heavier weight. I can actually build muscle mass on my shoulders now, and it's a pain-free range of motion. And I swear to you, it feels like a miracle to me. That's important. If that happened to the average person, that's a big deal. But for me, being a personal trainer and trying to role model living the fountain of youth, it's super important because it's basically, besides being a student of life and a father to 2 daughters, it's my identity. And it's a big, big deal. And my workouts are now 12 weeks on the gel, 13 weeks. My workouts are going better and better and better. And I'm getting in the best shape of my life. I've been able to do 4 to 5 exercises, Brian, that I haven't been able to do in 3 to 4 years because of the restriction in my right shoulder. And I'm almost ready to go on the surface and say it's totally healed. And like I could like compete in a bodybuilding show again because I can build shoulder muscles because that joint is rehabbed from the gel. And I haven't done anything else. It's just the gel. And I'm on cloud 9, man. I mean, what can I say?
That's huge, man. And I want to point out a couple of things that are very important for our listeners to pay attention to. You know, this is an amazing product, but we know that, you know, you're going to notice that we never say, and as Daren just said, we're not going to tell you that it's healed. We're not going to tell you that it cured anything. That's not the nature of this product. It's making people feel better, and it's allowing them to do things that they couldn't do before, right?
Absolutely.
We're very careful about that, guys, because, you know, we have a wonderful product here, but we don't want to give
And I just messed up. Before I went on this live, Brian, I was going to say, disclaimer, I'm probably going to say the wrong thing. And it's just because I'm excited. I don't know exactly how to phrase the right terminology so that, you know, it's what's the word? Compliance. And
right.
You got to do the work. It's not a miracle thing. You got to move and stretch, but it's going to allow you to do things you haven't done before so you can do the work and become a stronger version of yourself. Absolutely.
Which is perfect. And that's the other thing, you know, it's so funny because everybody has always been searching for the fountain of youth, right? And that's, you know, we're very careful that, like you said, that's what people are searching for. And yes, what it's known to do is to reverse the signs of aging. Now, does that happen to everybody? No. You know, some people, we see that their gray hair is turning dark again. Does that happen for everybody? No. So it's a very individualized thing, you know, so we're very careful to say, you know, it may be this and it may be that. But the purpose of tonight is to tell you what it actually did do for a diverse group of people. So before we bring on our next guest, I just want to tell you guys real quickly, if you're familiar, you guys clicking?
Say that again.
Somebody typing? Oh, sounds like a typing or some clicking. I don't know. It's weird.
I hear it too. Hey, Brian, did you tag me and the guy so this is on our page too?
I did, yes.
Cool. Yeah, I think that crackling noise is going to go away.
Okay. Anyway, so I had 3 surgeries on my left knee, Daren, between 2009 and 11. And there wasn't a whole lot that I could do with my knee other than pretty much walk. And if I walked too far, it would hurt. I got the ACL reconstruction, the meniscus repairs, did the physical therapy, the whole thing. And, I can tell you that, that was back in 2011. So I started the gel in December. About a month in, I noticed that it just started feeling better, and I could do things I couldn't do before. So now I'm back full range of motion. I'm lifting weights again. I went snowboarding again. So I got the use of my knee back. And so for me, and yes, I got all the other things, the increased energy. I'm sleeping better throughout the night. I got the vivid dreams, the increased mental clarity, so I got all these wonderful benefits. But for me, everybody seems to have that one thing that really helped them after they're on it a while. You're right. And again, yeah, sure. Some people within a few days, they're sleeping better, the energy, but we always tell people that we have to set realistic expectations. Because if you go to the doctor for the shots, the growth hormone shots, it's generally a 6 to 12 month protocol. So this isn't some miracle cure. It's going to take some time for the benefits to actually kick in, right? So for me, it was about a month, and that was my knee. For you, your shoulder, your biggest knee. And that's what's kind of cool. Everybody has their own story when it comes to that,
Absolutely.
So why don't you introduce us to somebody else let's hear what it's done for somebody else.
Absolutely. I'm real excited. James and Marissa, a couple, Gialardi, they'll tell me how to pronounce it properly.
No, Guagliardi. That's good.
All right. So I'm going to introduce this couple. I don't know them from Adam, other than I was going with it with a big skeptic of the gel and calling me a scumbag and saying this was nothing more than the placebo effect, which it was very obvious that he was way too aggressive to be a normal dude, that he was really scared, probably because he's losing market share or doing something wrong. This couple chimed in and went against him, which is really hard to do because he's one of the most aggressive people on social media, where he will block you and he will delete you if you say anything that doesn't go with King Mark Lowblinder's wisdom. And so anyway, this couple came to me on that post and they said, Mark, sorry, but we took the gel and we feel some benefits. So I'm so excited to hear your story. Marissa, why don't you start? How long have you been on the gel? What did you feel the first week? And have you felt anything progressing from that first week?
Sure. I'm 53 years old. I've been on the gel since June. And I think that very first week, I was going through menopause, so I'm having night sweats and all that fun stuff, getting up 2 or 3 times a night, not getting good sleep. The very first week, I slept like a baby. I'm having like the best dreams, and I'd never dreamed before. So, and energy, like you would not believe. Even like after, like at work at 3 o'clock, when you get that little low and you want a cup of coffee or something or a snack, I have energy all day long. I feel like I'm in a better mood. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. I wouldn't live without it.
Get up in the mornings sleeping well, and how does it feel?
And you feel great. And ask my husband. He can't get me out of bed. He couldn't get me out of bed with the gel. I just like pop right up and go and work out in the morning. I never did that before.
It is amazing how much easier it is to get out of bed. It's amazing. How many weeks have you been on the gel now?
Since June 15th. So 4 months.
Cool. And have you realized
my skin texture is smoother. I had like really deep lines like right here, and like the 11s like right between my brows, they seem to be disappearing. Yeah, I feel great. I'm
so happy for you. And this is classic unsolicited testimonial right here, Brian. It's amazing. Yeah. James, what's your story?
I'm 56, and my wife was telling me about the gel 4 months ago. She was on a computer saying, hey, you want to get on HGH? And I said to her, I says, what, are you kidding me? That's like $5,000 a month. She goes, no. It's a holistic gel. It's transdermal. You put it on. So, but my benefits, start with like the first week, sleeping a lot better. And like my wife said, dreaming. Yeah. I mean, the dreams are unbelievable. But I think for myself, to make a long story short, about 20 years ago, I blew my left knee out, had to get surgery. 2 surgeons said that I needed replacement knee surgery. So being on the gel now for 4 months, and Daren, you can understand this because you're a fitness guy. I mean, you're heavy duty into fitness, and so am I. I'm actually squatting now. And the main thing is my young son, he's 20 years old, and he goes, Dad, see if you can do pistol squats. So I was doing, my right, of course, my right leg is stronger than my left leg, but doing like you were saying before, doing stretches and building, you got to stretch your hips up and all that kind of stuff. You know how it is. But I'm actually doing pistol squats on my left knee, and orthopedic surgeons said that I needed a replacement knee surgery. Okay, so evidently I don't need it no more.
Wow. James and Marissa, I'm so glad that we came in contact with each other. I want to hang out with you guys on social media. And who knows, maybe as we do the gel tour around the country, we're in Philadelphia. Where do you guys live at?
We live in New Jersey. Yeah, we're close.
All right. Well, think about going to Philadelphia. I know our paths will cross, and I appreciate your time and sharing your story. It's an unsolicited gel testimonial. It just trips my trigger. I love it.
Yeah, it's the best. I mean, I would not live without the gel. I mean, it is unbelievable.
Yeah, me neither. My mom says the same thing, and everyone that I recommend it to says the same thing. So thank you, and keep rocking it, man.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, really. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Hey, Brian.
It's nice to see, I just want to say hello to Brian because we met him in the Princeton conference that they had.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. We're actually going to be doing a much bigger event in Philadelphia, December 14th and 15th. We'll make sure we get you the information. We hope to see you there.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much.
You got it, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so who do we bring out next? Darren, let's talk to Joe Pringle, Uncle Joe, as he's affectionately known. What's up? Let's see. I got to unmute him. There we go.
There we are.
What's
Joe,
up,
Joe? What do you know?
Just gelling, baby. Loving life. We want to save time, so I'm going to jump right into it.
Yeah.
I was skeptic. I'm 54 years old. Was 53 when I started on it, but I was a skeptic like everybody else most people. Of course, Daren jumped right on it because he knew a lot about it already, but with homeopathy. But I told Brian no for 6 weeks and watched some of our common friends who decided to start using the gel for that amount of time. And I came up in construction, was never a gym rat or anything like that. So I was always physical on the job until whatever. But in the 90s, I had surgery on my right knee, and I had a nagging shoulder injury that bothered me for like the last 15 years. So right about the time that Brian brought this to our real estate office, my shoulder was getting pretty bad. So after watching some of these people getting real results, I decided, what the hell, let me try it. Literally 5 days after I started using it, I'm driving to our real estate office down the turnpike. Just a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, holy crap, I have zero pain in my shoulder. It was gone, full rotation. And I was sitting there telling myself, if it keeps hurting like this, I'm not even going to be able to swing a golf club this year.
Right.
So I have full rotation, no problem ever since. The pain in my knee went away and never came back. Progressing through, I've been on it about 7 months now. I started in March. And after I started getting results myself, then I started talking about it a little bit. But about 2.5. Well, the second thing was energy. I'm diagnosed narcoleptic. I've done the sleep studies, sleeping over with all the things all over your body and monitors and stuff. Diagnosed narcoleptic and sleep apnea. I was on medication Provigil, which years ago when it first came out was expensive as hell. It was $600 some a month. Then I went later it got up to like $1,000, $1,200 a month. So I hadn't even taken any medication for the narcolepsy for over 10 years. And it was great while I took it. All it did was like flip a switch in my head, and I just had energy. I could like read without falling asleep, stuff like that. But a few weeks into using the gel, I noticed I was out on a real estate property, going up steps to get a tape measure from my truck. And I remembered I was there like the week before, and it was a pretty good hike up to where I had to park at this property. I was like, I got to go up here. But as I'm going up these steps, I realized, holy crap, I got bounce in my step. I'm like, it's like nothing going up here. This is great. So I have energy all day now. I don't even need that expensive medication for narcolepsy anymore, which is worth its weight in gold alone,
Joe, I got to tell you, from my experience, one of the number one factors that will determine if someone can reach their optimum potential and live as long and strong as possible is staying off of medications and surgeries as long as possible. So to be able to get the body's natural healing abilities to take care of what you need to live your best life without meds, that is like the biggest thing that can happen in anybody's life. So I'm so happy for you.
Absolutely, and that's a pretty damn strong medication. At first, they wrote a prescription for Adderall, and my son was on that when he was young. He was like, "Don't even bother taking it. Just come back in a week, and we'll get you this other stuff, this Provigil," which apparently I found out right after I started taking it that was the new thing college kids were taking to stay awake and cram for exams and all. But
yeah,
other than that, moving on, about 2.5, 3 months in, I've been fighting needing reading glasses for 2.5, 3 years. And I just never got off my ass, frankly, to go down to the drugstore to figure out which ones I need, 2.5, 3 months in, I'm looking at the television. It was like, holy crap, it looks HD again. It's like, this is cool. So within a couple of days, I was now able to read everything on my phone without squinting. And, that's gotten better. I don't need reading glasses anymore either.
High five me, baby. High five me. That is awesome.
Right on. That's just a pain. I'm used to having good vision. I had 20/16 vision my whole life, so that was like I was really fighting that one.
Wow.
Brian mentioned gray hair. Like in the middle of the summer, this was completely gray. You can't see it much now, but it's starting to get some color back in. Some gray in my head that was starting to turn, starting to switch over to the natural color. Mental clarity. And another big one, something that I noticed on the list of benefits that nobody was talking about, nobody really talked about, especially in the beginning. I mean, they'd say crow's feet and stuff like that, but skin elasticity. I have a condition with my skin. It's the same type of thing that those Shar-Pei dogs have. There's real wrinkly dogs. So I've actually, probably about 10, 12 years ago, I actually had laser done on my entire face to try to tighten my skin. And yeah, I can do, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this real quick, but come on.
I'll tell you what, your testimony is strong, Joe.
After here.
Hold it back. Yeah, hold it back a little bit. There you go. Nice.
The lighting's a little bit different, but I mean, I can show you. I mean, most people can't do this. Yeah. So I literally felt like my skin was melting off of my face. The older I got, I was very self-conscious about it, but
sure.
It's tightening up. And you think this mug is ugly now, you should have seen it then, but I feel a lot better.
You like that? Remember that guy on TV the years ago, the plastic man?
Yeah. Rubber band man. Something. But there was a guy I went to school with who had it. I didn't even know I had it when I was in high school. There was a guy that literally could take his elbow and go like down here,
Yeah.
It was weird, but turns out years
that's
later,
awesome,
I got
bro.
the same
Happy
thing.
for you, bro.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's about, let me see if there's anything else I mean, I came up in construction. I'm awake. But, just being on the gel, having the energy and all that stuff. Not, like I said, I haven't lived the healthiest, obviously. I've never really been a workout guy, even way back as I was on the swim team, stuff like that was a lifetime. But now, since being on the gel, it actually has me wanting to eat healthier. I've been going over to the gym, at least getting in the treadmill, stuff like that, and making healthier choices. So it's a win all the way around.
Absolutely. I love your testimonial, Joe. Some people can't relate to me in the gym, pushing hard iron and getting big pumps on the muscles. Your story is the average guy, and it's a very powerful story, and I appreciate it.
No problem. It's just keeping it real, brother. Now I need to get in the gym so you can bust my balls in there a little bit.
Hey, now you got the energy, and you're heading in that direction.
Yeah, as long as my bones hold up. I still got weak bones. Like my knees are still popping, but they don't hurt.
Keep doing what you're doing. You're progressing for sure.
Right on.
Cool, Brian. You got. Thanks, Joe.